Hey fam, what's up? I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is enjoying their Halloween weekend. You're out there having a good time. If you have kids, you're out there taking them trick or treating. If you don't have kids, maybe you're out there trick or treating yourself. Just, I hope everybody is well. I hope everybody is doing awesome, and I hope everybody is just feeling great. That's my only wish for everybody right now. Um, It's a pull list. You know what this is. If you don't, let me give you a quick rundown. We pull comics here. We have a large pull list, and every week we whittle that huge, giant pull list down to three hot comics. I give you three recommendations for reading this week. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not, and sometimes maybe I'll just do maybe three books that you just need to stay the hell away from. Not this week though. This week you are getting three comics that I think you guys need to definitely check out. So trust me on that one. Um, with that being said, let's just jump right into it. It was a good week. It was a very stuffy week, but I think we're in a good place. Let's start off with the heroes of the 90s who have a movie getting ready to come out. Children of, the neon age will remember these guys, and you're probably reading this book right now, and if you're not, you should be. I'm talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 8. Have you been keeping up with them? The Rangers are in dire straits these last few issues. They've been getting their asses handed to them by a new villain called the Black Dragon working under Rita Repulsa. He's pretty much cleaned their clocks. He has beaten them, he has broken them, he has stolen their powers, he has stolen their Zords, and now it's like, what's next? Well, with Tommy the Green Ranger being the only one left still with his powers, he decides to go toe to toe with a 30-story monster. Kudos for trying it, but it gets really weird. This entire book is actually pretty awesome because this isn't Power Rangers like we remember them. Yeah, we still have the same characters, we still have the same crew, we still have Tommy, Jason, Zach, Trini, the whole squad. The problem is with this, well, not the problem. Why did I say problem? It's not a problem. It's actually pretty awesome. The difference is these are teenagers like teenagers now. This is what we actually grew up with. They're not all happy go lucky and everything. This is them actually being relatable. And when you're teenagers who are trying to save the world after getting your asses handed to you, you're super relatable. This is actually a really good book. This is really good writing, and it's not just for people who have that nostalgia factor or anything. This is for everyone. So if you're not reading the Power Rangers and you should be, please pick this up. Pick this awesome, awesome book up and see how they get out of this mess because it just keeps getting better. Now the next book I'm reading is actually it's pretty awesome. Take James Bond, make him an immortal, well, not a god, but just an immortal super being, super power, super strength, all of that. And now make him not work for MI6, but work for the Vatican and its more mystical natures. If you combine all that, you get Skybourne. I talked about Skybourne number 1 last month, and I'm going to talk about number 2 this month because now we're actually getting into the meat of what the hell's going on. Skyborn is basically, like I just said, he's an immortal super being. He has lived for a long, long, long time. And he decided to quit. And then his sister took over. But if you read the last issue, things aren't too well for her. So now he's back in the fold. He's got to figure out what's happening. And he needs to know why someone attacked his family and why someone's attacking the Vatican and his whole crew. The last issue was very pretty. I recommend it because the art was beautiful and there was some great action in there. Only problem I had with it is you didn't really know what the hell was going on. What's the purpose for all of this? Why is everything happening? This issue finally explains it. Issue number 2 says, hey, the mystical world is going nuts. Everybody is freaking out because something is happening. Somebody is gathering power and they're coming at us and we don't know what to do. So run far away. That's what everybody's doing. They call Skyborn back in to, hey, you've got the skills, you've got the power, you've got the immortality. Help us clean this mess up. Yeah, except he's a little rusty. It's been out of the game for about 30 years. Not a good look. Definitely pick this up one up. I'm still gonna recommend it for the art. I'm still gonna say that. But now that you know what the story is, what the score is, read this even further. I can't wait for the next 3 issues to see how this wraps up. So good. James Bond is an immortal. Wow. my number one. Um, I'm gonna recommend this book, but before I recommend this book, I need to tell you, if you've never seen Firefly and you've never seen the movie Serenity, you need to stop, reevaluate yourself, and go back and watch these. Sure, Firefly only had a single run. That's because Fox just didn't know what it was doing. You know, they made up for it with the movie, but still that wasn't enough. Everybody wants more Firefly. Everybody wants more Serenity. Well, we got it. Serenity, no power in the verse. This is so damn good. This is what I wanted. This is some really good writing as a fan of the show. Have you seen the Serenity movie? You know what happened at the end of that, who's left, what the score is, who's there. If you've been reading some of the one-shot comic books and everything, you also know what's going on. Serenity, no power in the verse, picks up basically at the end of all of that. Mal and crew are flying around struggling to make ends meet because when you have a giant target painted on your back because you basically put the entire ruling class on blast and said, hey, this is where they screwed up. You know, all those cannibalistic monsters that are out there, they made them. Kind of gets kind of hard to, put food on the table. So we find them in a predicament where they're trying to, do a job, make ends, keep themselves fed and everything. It's really hard for them. But gotta do what you gotta do. And then in comes that phone call, that infamous phone call that always happens to every hero in this story. A friend calls, they need a favor, they don't know where else to turn. And what does Mal do? The honorable thing. He comes, helps, and he's like, all right, what's the situation? And it just goes downhill from there. I'm not going to ruin this for you because it's actually a really good book. There's a lot going on here. All your favorite characters are back. They're just as mouthy, just as funny, and just as crazy as ever. Definitely need to be picking this up. Definitely need to be reading this. And if you haven't watched Firefly, if you haven't watched Serenity the movie, do me a favor, a huge personal favor. Watch them, enjoy them, and be like, what did I miss? Trust me, you'll love it. So those are my picks for the week. Those are some awesome ones. Those are some really good books. And you're probably wondering, this would be the perfect time to do a Halloween special, the scary books. I felt like a low-hanging fruit. I wanted it to keep it on. So maybe we'll do something for Christmas or something. Who knows? But with that being said, what did you guys think? What were you guys reading this week? Are there any awesome comics out there? How about this? Are there any old series that you think I should go back and maybe do a quick review on, a quick read, and then discuss them? Maybe we can do some old polls, go into the back lot. That's just a suggestion. Let's do that. So with that, I hope everybody's having a great weekend, out having a good time. I'm gonna go out and have a good time as well. I want everybody to do the three things for me. Stay safe, stay happy, and be good to one another, people. Be really good to one another. So with that, I'm out. Love y'all. Thank you. See ya.